Okay, so we have another thing that we need to do, and that is learn how to recenter our pieces for trimming. So I have some practice that I want you to do, and first thing we're going to do is just get a little plastic container, like that you get soup in, that sort of stuff, and then fill it with something, preferably something powdery, like, flour or sand or dirt. Maybe not like a pile of rocks, something that can kind of level out, not water, that has its own inertia, but I just did some flour, so there you go. And then we're going to try to get this centered on the wheel, and what that means is that it's not going to be wobbly. Okay, so the wheel itself, you will have some lines on here. If you have an older wheel, you might have burned away some of those lines, but we can use that to sort of help get us into the right point to begin with. Okay, and there's still a little bit of a wiggle there, and we can see that in the space between my finger and the piece changes. And what we're going to do is we're going to tap this into place. Ooh, that's feeling pretty close right there. And this is going to take time. And honestly, guys, I was against this for a long time because it just took too much time for me to learn. But if you sit down, here's my guarantee for you. If you sit down and do this for 20 minutes, nothing else. It doesn't matter how many times you get it right. Don't do it until you do it. I want you to just do it for 20 minutes. So get it onto center. And you'll know when it's on center when that space between your finger and your piece, that space doesn't change anymore. Okay, and it's a little bit, you can do a little bit of tapping, but it's also a little bit of pushing. It's almost easier if you keep your hand on the piece, lightly touching, and then slowly sort of pushing it into place. Okay, so I have my finger over on this side, that kind of pushes it back in. I'll push over here. You can use both hands, really whatever works for you. Sometimes you'll see people do the tapping thing too, and the tapping works, but it's a little bit more of a long, prolonged tap. Okay, so push it off again. Let's try again. Okay, and when it goes really far off, that's when you can give it a little bit more of a push. What we're trying to do is just get that center point right back into the middle of the wheel again. Okay, and I want you to do this for 20 minutes. You do it for 20 minutes, and I promise you it's going to work. Okay. So take it off, put it back on again. It's so satisfying once you figure out how to do it, guys. And it'll save you a bunch of time, a bunch. Just sit down with this and do this for a while. Don't do it on your piece, because the likelihood of you pushing it off is going to be pretty high. Notice my wheel speed is not super fast. My wheel speed is a slow, and just keep it constant. Don't, it works a lot better if you just are working with the same speed over and over again. So back again. And it'll be frustrating for a little bit. It's frustrating for me for a long time, and then I got jealous of Bobby. So now I started to do it right. And it is a big time saver. Okay, so this is your weekend homework, guys. Practice this, because we're going to be starting on trimming. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.